Base Camp. I'm Pastor Pat, and I have this week's program already. I mean, everything's written down, and I've studied the Bible passage we're looking at, and the camera is set. More work than you know, but I don't know. For some reason, I just don't feel quite ready to do this yet. You know what? Instead of me going right into our teaching, I think we'll just let's check in on Patman for a little while.
Life sure has been easier since evil villain man was forced to quit his attempts at conquering the world and get a real job at Burger Hut. Why, he even had to sell his secret lair. Yes, it's good to be able to simply sit back and enjoy the many blessings that come with being Patman. Why, it's the Pat Pewter. What incoming message could possibly be so important? Pat Pewter, play the incoming message.
In an attempt to boost tourism, the mayor of Patropolis has decided to host a series of contests with incredible prizes. The first one is a race with the winner receiving $10 gazillion. Having analyzed the data, the Pat Pewter, have determined that evil villain man is likely to compete and has a high probability of success.
Holy hard drive! If the Pat Pewter is correct, and it usually is, something must be done. No doubt, evil villain man is looking to win enough money to be able to quit his job at the Burger Hut and return to his life of evil. I, with my great Pat Speed, am probably the only one capable of defeating him. But I've been taking it easy. I don't know if I'm ready to compete. Pat Pewter, how much time do I have to train?
The race is scheduled to begin in 1 hour.
Holy time crunch! You couldn't have given me just a couple of days' notice? I can't go out like this. I'd fail completely. That would be so embarrassing. No, I'm afraid I'll just have to hope that someone else can beat him.
1 hour later.
I can't stand it any longer. I need to know what happened in the race. Time to turn on the Pat Vision and see who won.
For those of you just joining us, the great $10 gazillion race has just completed. And the winner, by a long shot, was none other than local former supervillain, Evil Villain Man. Evil Villain Man, you've just won $10 gazillion. What do you plan to do now?
Yes, it is I, Evil Villain Man, the winner of today's race. Now that I've got all that money, I can quit my job at the Burger Hut. I will miss the fries, though. They're excellent.
What are you going to do with all of your new free time?
Why, return to my life of evil, of course.
Well, good for you. Evil for you. To what do you attribute your success today?
I am obviously faster than everyone else. Well, everyone other than Patman. But since he didn't show up today, apparently he's afraid to face me. The only thing necessary for the triumph of Evil Villain Man is for Patman to do nothing.
And that's exactly what Patman did today. Nothing. Perhaps he'll show up for the next contest our mayor just announced. A wrestling tournament tomorrow, with the winner receiving a brand new lair or house, depending on what you choose to use it for.
Did you hear that, Patman? I only got one thing to say to you, brother. What you gonna do when these evil pythons run wild on you? Evil Villain Mania is running wild. Yeah!
Oh no! Not only does Evil Villain Man now have the time and money to go back to devoting himself to evil, if he wins the wrestling tournament, he'll have a brand new evil lair to operate from. Who can stop him?
According to my calculations, there is only one powerful enough to defeat Evil Villain Man, Patman.
That may be true normally, but I'm just not ready. My super Pat strength just doesn't feel up to its normal Pat power. I'd better not. I could get hurt. Hopefully, someone else can do it.
Tomorrow.
The suspense is killing me. I need to know who won the wrestling tournament.
What a smackdown, ladies and gentlemen! Today's contest can hardly even be called a contest. Today's champion, Evil Villain Man, pinned his opponents in record time. Here's the champ now. What do you have to say about today's competition, Evil Villain Man?
Yes, it is I, Evil Villain Man. The mightiest wrestler in the entire tri-state area. Well, mightiest other than maybe Patman, but since he was afraid to show up, the championship is mine. I can't wait to move into my new lair, especially since I had to sell my old one.
So, Evil Villain Man, are you excited to participate in tomorrow's trivia contest? The mayor has announced that the winner of the contest will be declared mayor for a day. Apparently, he's wanting to take a short vacation.
Or maybe a permanent one. If you're watching, Patman, riddle me this. What starts out as short only to become long? When can a day make evil strong? How's that for a question to begin tomorrow's contest?
That devious delinquent, he's just showing off for the cameras. Still, Pat Pewter, analyze Evil Villain Man's riddle and give me an answer.
According to my deductions, the correct answer is, Evil Villain Man plans to use his powers as mayor for a day to declare himself the permanent mayor and rule Patropolis forever.
What is the mayor thinking? Allowing Evil Villain Man that kind of authority? What can be done?
Analyzing. Patman must compete in the contest and outsmart Evil Villain Man.
But, I am afraid. What if I say something foolish? What if I don't know the answer to the question? If only I had more time to study. I'm not ready.
And that completes all but one of our slated trivia contests for today. The only competitor left is, you guessed it, Evil Villain Man.
Yes, it is I, Evil Villain Man. Or should I say, Mayor Evil Villain Man.
Technically, not Mayor Evil Villain Man yet. You still have one opponent left, although I haven't seen him anywhere.
Surely you don't mean Patman. Even though God blessed him with super Pat speed, he was afraid to use it to race me. Even though he's blessed with super Pat strength, he was afraid to wrestle me. And even though he has Pat powers of deduction, I'm sure he'll be afraid to face me in this battle of wits. He's never ready to step out and do it. He always thinks that he needs more than God has already given him. The city is mine.
Not so fast, Evil Villain Man.
Patman.
Yes, it is I, Patman, defender of our fair city, and you are correct. I may have been afraid to do what God had called me to and equipped me for before, but no more. I am acting on what God has placed me here to do. Bring on the question.
Very well. But you'll never defeat me because I am evil and you are good. And now, Patman, you see that evil will always triumph because good is.
Well, let's get to our final question for the day and discover who our new mayor for a day will be.
I am ready.
As am I.
The question is, according to the Bible, who was the left-handed judge?
What? How am I supposed to know that? I don't know what's in the Bible. Judge Judy, Wapner, I don't know.
I just read about him in my Bible this morning. In the book of Judges, we are told that Ehud was the left-handed judge. Being left-handed made him perfectly equipped to free Israel.
That is correct. Congratulations, Mayor Patman.
Curses, foiled again. But at least I now have money and a lair. I shall be back for my revenge.
And I will be ready, because now I understand that God has equipped me to do what He has placed me here to do. I don't need to be afraid. I just need to act on it.
What is your first action as Mayor Patman?
The very first thing that I am going to do is ban any more of these silly contests. It's awfully hard to defend the city when the mayor keeps trying to give it away.
I think I know how Patman felt. Sometimes it can feel kind of intimidating to just go out and do something. We might try to find reasons like we need more practice or more study or we're just not ready. But if God tells us to do something, sometimes we need to just go out and do it. It's important to always follow God, but we need to act on what He's telling us to do. He's equipped us for this moment. In Joshua chapter 17 and 18, we see Joshua confronting an attitude of refusing to act within the nation of Israel. God had declared that the promised land was theirs to be taken, but the Israelites who were descended from Joseph kind of hesitated. In chapter 17, verse 16, we read, "The people of Joseph replied, 'The hill country is not enough for us, and all the Canaanites who live in the plain, they have chariots fitted with iron, both those in Bethshan and its settlements, and those in the valley of Jezreel.'" They were refusing to take the land because they didn't think they were strong enough. The people stopping them had iron chariots. But listen to its response in verses 17 and 18. "But Joshua said to the tribes of Joseph, to Ephraim and Manasseh, 'You are numerous and very powerful. You will have not only one allotment, but the forested hill country as well. Clear it, and its farthest limits will be yours. Though the Canaanites have chariots fitted with iron, and though they are strong, you can drive them out.'" In other words, quit complaining and stalling. God has equipped you. Go do it. In the next chapter, chapter 18, we find out that 7 tribes of Israel had yet to act. In verse 3, we see Joshua beginning to lose patience with them. "So Joshua said to the Israelites, 'How long will you wait before you begin to take possession of the land that the Lord, the God of your ancestors, has given you?'" God had given them the land, but they were hesitating to act and take it. When we hesitate to do what God tells us to do, we're showing that our faith in God might not be all that it should be. When Israel had first been led by Moses to the Promised Land, Joshua had been one of the spies sent in to check it out. He had come back declaring that Israel, with God's leading, could take it. But the people hesitated and refused to go in, resulting in all of them wandering in the wilderness for 40 years before getting another crack at it. I'm sure Joshua was remembering that time as he encountered the Israelites and encouraged them to act this time. When God says go, it's time to go. If we're waiting for everything to be just right based off of our understanding, we might end up waiting forever and never do what God has placed us here to do. The consequences for refusing to act can be very real. What is God leading you to do? Share Him with someone? Bless somebody? Go somewhere? Give something? Whatever it might be, do it. He's given or will provide everything that you need to be able to accomplish it. Don't miss out on what God has for you. I'm Pastor Pat with Base Camp, a ministry of Summit Church in beautiful Bozeman, Montana. We have Sunday service every week at 10 o'clock, and we'd love to see you here. Otherwise, we'd love to keep seeing you online. Our website is summitchurchmt.com, and you can also find us on Facebook and YouTube by searching Summit Church MT. Our children's ministry Facebook page is Basecamp Kids Min. When checking out our videos, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Now, go do what God has called you to do. Until next time, bye!